we are still, believe it or not, at ISE 2026 with the Microsoft Devices Ecosystem team, our MDEP team over here. We have Juha, Yoav, and Chris, and we're going to have a conversation with them about MDEP.
We were here a year ago, and I think they had their first partner at this event a year ago.
And then at Infocom, we were calling Infocom the MDEP show because there were so many partners. And if that was the MDEP show, and I wrote this morning, this is the MDEP show on steroids. Okay. So first of all, congratulations to the three of you and your partners and your programmers.
No,
and everybody
congratulations to me.
Yeah. You guys, congratulations for another. You hired a smart partner. That was very important.
Thank you very much.
But, you know, other than perhaps one very large public standout who has since said that they're MDEP ready, you've pretty much got a corner on the market for Android devices.
For Teams device.
Teams devices.
The whole Teams ecosystem.
Exactly. So I thought it would be a good idea to go through it based on the initials. So let's talk about MDEP. So M is Microsoft, which is the reason you're doing this. Gentlemen, talk about why Microsoft is doing this. What does Microsoft bring to the table in terms of security and consistency and the whole reason for the strategy?
Well, I mean, Windows is sort of the operating system for the corporations and has been for a longest time. And a lot of our kind of a Microsoft partners then also utilize Android devices. And as you know, the background Android device ecosystem is extremely fragmented. And then a lot of the companies have come to us and said that you know, it's hard to bring these devices into their ARM-based devices into their kind of a corporations and networks because they're not secure. They're worried about those things. They're not managed. They're not updated. They're not maintainable. So that's kind of a reason how we started MDEP, and that's the reason why we came into this. So we want to provide for ARM-based devices the same level of Microsoft security support, services and offerings as we have on the Windows.
But it's not just Windows, because wouldn't it be fair to describe Azure as an operating system as well? So Microsoft's got three. You can either go to Azure, Windows, or MDEP.
Oh, that's correct. Yeah, you're right. So Azure is a little bit then different unit than us. So of course we are part of the Windows group. So for us it's mostly about focus on Windows and MDEP. But you're absolutely right. So Azure is there as well.
So if we then focus on the D, the devices, we were counting before, and none of us really know the exact numbers, somewhere around 20, 21 Teams devices that are out there right now, actively running MDEP. Some are not on, some are just in demonstration, some aren't being shipped, but that's an incredible number in a very short period of time. But there are other devices as well, right?
But in addition, there's 10 devices now in this show announced, which is on top of the 20.
10 new, so 30.
Yeah.
We're going to need another set of hands.
Yeah.
Well, let's try a different way of counting types of devices. So you've got the MTR device. With Barco, it's a hardware device. It's a little different. What would you call that? Is that
Lecture hub? Yeah, it's a kind of a front of room device. It's a compute unit, right? So you can connect the peripherals to it. It's not a bar that you see in the middle of the room.
And then down the next hall, we've got more devices. What do you call those? The e-signage devices.
Digital signage.
Yes.
So that's three.
Yes.
Is that it? Is that
Panels.
the room panels?
Yes. And we have touch consoles, right? There's controllers.
Yeah, the controllers for a bundle in a
room
room.
controllers. We have the front room devices, the bars, obviously, and then there's our new expansion or our new scaling, which is the digital signage.
And then the big market IP phones.
And IP
Volume
phones,
phones.
Oh, we left our phones. There's some new phones that we were looking at.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right. Security,
IP phones. Yeah.
audio codes, and a couple other people.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else? What's the future? Will there be more devices?
Well, there will be more devices, so we of course then will continue strongly investing in the collaboration ecosystem. But now we are kind of looking into IoT side of things as well. Like I said, digital signage is one important part of that. We've met 20-30 partners here during these 3 days who want to work with us. So again, for the long-term vision for us is that any device, every device that's connected to your corporate network will be managed either through MDEP ecosystem or through Windows.
Okay.
And when you look at digital signage too, there's multiple form factors, right? So you've got streaming media players, you've got embedded, you've got OPS units and cartridges that go in. So there's multiple form factors that then drive to an end display.
Okay. So now we were talking about ecosystem before, and that was kind of an interesting concept that you brought up, where you're now looking at all these devices we've talked about and possibly thinking about going one layer deeper into that. Can you tell us just a little bit about what those plans might be without giving away anything?
And I just got to say, my impression after talking to you guys is ecosystem. That's your favorite letter of the MDEP part. Is
Yeah.
that- yeah. Okay. All right.
I mean, and it's a thank you for bringing that up. So again, it's a little bit misconception in some sense because, and partially due to our fault, because we kind of keep talking about AOSP-based operating systems. But MDEP as such is an ecosystem. We are looking into providing the OS level applications, Microsoft services, cloud components, everything that you need actually in the stack. And then, like you mentioned, so also looking into expanding the ecosystem to the network layers as well to increase the security as well. So the security is not only about endpoint, but also ensuring that even on the network layer, you can actually then ensure that you don't have an attack vectors from there.
So there will definitely be some expansion there, just naturally, in order to pick up more of the security across the layer.
Absolutely, like I said, security is the most important thing for us. So we're looking all and every possible opportunities then to improve the security of the ecosystem.
And Chris, you were talking before about how many ODMs you're working with and an accreditation program. Can you give us just a couple of seconds?
Yeah, just a little teaser on that. We have been working directly with ODMs. We're looking to expand that out.
ODMs are, if you don't know, ODMs are the companies that build the units and then sell them to the manufacturers who tell the customers they're building the units.
Yeah, and thanks for pointing that out. They also inclusive in that would be like software integrators as well. And these are folks that are accustomed and skilled at working with MDEP. And so we're going to kind of formalize that into an accredited partner program so that it helps with our partners in terms of knowing directly which ODMs, which software integrators already have experience and have a direct connection to us. And this is really a teaser of that. That'll be formalizing and announcing probably in the next month or two.
And that'll be good because both manufacturers and end users and buyers will get a sense of where these products are coming from, which I think is a really good sunshine. to put on
Absolutely,
this.
yeah, direct.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then platform. What's next with the platform?
Everything.
That was your opportunity to
Yeah, has some thoughts.
Everything and anything.
I'll just say we were sharing some thoughts here earlier, but I would just say that Android is, I think, the most popular operating system on the planet. So there's a lot of opportunities for where you could go with this. I imagine we'll see. I can't imagine what's going on in the back rooms in your labs, but probably all kinds of devices, all kinds of chips, all kinds of form factors.
Yeah, I think I'll just chime in for a second. In terms of the platform, obviously we have a SOC prioritization list. We're continuing to add to that. That's one of the key benefits of Android development versus Windows development is our ability to bring up SOCs. But also, I think on the platform, that's even evolving into more of a binary component model. So we'll have specific binary components and sort of what we call a unified component model. And so it's kind of the natural evolution of the maturity of the platform itself.
But overall, then again, enterprises is the number one goal for MDEP, and then for the time being, wouldn't exclude that we couldn't do consumer devices at some point in the future. But then right now the focus is very, very much on the enterprise side.
Well, congratulations is in order for how far you've come in such a short period of time with, what was that expression that person used? The comically small team? But again, gentlemen, Chris, Yoav, thank you very much for the time, for staying involved with us. We'll stay in touch with you. Let us know as things are happening. We'll bring you to the people that pay attention to what's going on.
Thank you very much. Always happy to talk to you guys.
Thank you, guys.